I'm Hunter Mulholland, alongside my partners Stephen Fellinger and Chuck Abel. And today, we're going to talk about some NBA. So, Chuck, what do you think of the Boogie Cousins signing?
Well, like everyone, unless you're a Warriors fan, I despise this move. This was just such a dark day for the NBA because the Warriors were already head and shoulders better than everyone, and they just gotten even much better. Even with Boogie probably missing games this year due to injury, they're still the best team by far, and it's not fair. It's not good for the league, in my opinion. There's no parity other than the Eastern Conference. I think the Eastern Conference would benefit, though, with LeBron out gone, but if Boogie with the Warriors, it's not good for the Western Conference.
I don't know. Yes, he's going to be gone, but he's going to be gone for half the season. But the Rockets almost beat him last year without Chris Paul. The only reason they lost was because Chris Paul got injured. So, I don't know. What do you think about this entire thing?
Going off your point, Hunter, yes, they almost lost to the Rockets, but they added a very capable center in DeMarcus Cousins that I think fits well with the team, since he can drive in, he can make his own plays, yet he can also step back and shoot the three. And I think we'll see a true five-out offense with the Warriors. However, going off of Chuck's point, I think it's an awful move for the NBA. They're 8-1 in the finals for the past 2 years, and then they add arguably one of the best centers in the league. It's just not going to be fun to watch.
All right, so everybody expected PG to go to Los Angeles, and he comes out and says that he's staying in OKC. What does that mean for the Thunder?
For the Thunder, I mean, it's a good thing they keep Paul George, because if you had Westbrook and Melo, in my opinion, that would not work at all. This team barely even functioned last year. They lost to the Utah Jazz in round one, led by Rudy Gobert and rookie Donovan Mitchell. This team was hyped to beat the Warriors. I didn't believe in that hype. But anyway, this team could. They have that potential. Like, the only way this team would work is if Melo would be sixth man, but that's just not going to happen. For PG, it shows a lot of his character that he's loyal to this team. Also, it's kind of like, let's see if this team could actually work. And it's nice to see that he just didn't do what everyone thought he would do and go to the Lakers.
Melo's gone by the end of the summer. Woj just tweeted out saying that he's gone. He's going to be gone by the end of the summer. It's just a matter of where. So, continuing this Melo OKC topic, what do you think is the best move for Melo and OKC in this situation?
Melo has made it clear that he still wants starter minutes. So I feel like he's definitely declined in playing time. In playing ability. So I feel like if he has to do that, he would have to go to some scrub team. I don't know. I'm not sure where that would be, but I could definitely see him going to a team that, yes, they might not have a chance, but he can still make a lot of stats, kind of like what Kobe was doing with the Lakers in his last couple of years. Yes, they only won 20-some games, but he was averaging 25, 30 points.
Yeah.
I'd like to add on this, but like you said, Melo will be gone more than likely, but it's going to be hard for the Thunder. It'll help them, I think, to just have a 1-2 punch instead of a 1-2-3 punch that kind of Paul George and Melo kind of, in my opinion, felt like they didn't know what the 2-3 punch was, and it seemed like every game it was out of order of what it actually was. And with Melo gone, I think it'll help them as a team. I think they'll win 50 games. Because I think this team is just doomed to fail from the start. When you have two ball-dominant players like Westbrook and Melo, the Rock is not going to move a whole lot. Yeah, Westbrook gets a lot of assists, but he gets a lot of possession time as well. Which, when you look at it that way, yeah, it's a lot of assists, but it's still so much possession being wasted away. It's like empty assist.
So, LeBron is officially here. So, does this move kind of ruin his legacy? Because Los Angeles will forever be Kobe and Magic's team. We all know that. Was his legacy is in Cleveland? Should he have stayed to build his own legacy in Cleveland, or is this the right move for him? I think that personally, I think that it's a good fit for him because it's a young core and he can benefit by being a leader and helping the next generation of players. So, but I don't know. Like his legacy is gonna forever. Like to me, it's always gonna be in Cleveland and that 3-1 comeback. I don't know. But what do you think, Steve?
I think it's the right move for LeBron to go to LA. I agree with you that his legacy will always be in Cleveland, but at this point, I think he's thinking two things, and this is why I moved to LA. One, his family. There's a great school down there for his kids. They already have a house there, so I mean it just fits very well for his family. And then number two, I think he's trying to chase Michael Jordan for the debate of greatest player of all time. And what we thought Paul George was going to go to the Lakers, like we said earlier, he didn't, but Kawhi still wants to go, and there are a couple other superstars I can see joining LeBron to maybe win one or two more championships with him.
Yeah. Sure.
Without a doubt, this was the right move. The Cleveland Cavaliers were a borderline contender this year. They almost lost to the Indiana Pacers in round one. Like, that should be enough said about this Cleveland team. LeBron had to leave. This team barely even made the finals. And when they did, the one chance they had to win, they blew it. This team is just not good at all. Half the team is overpaid bench players. You have George Hill who's making $20 million a year, and he can't even make a free throw. You have J.R. Smith, who doesn't even know what's happening on the floor. You have a head coach that doesn't use the timeout when all this happens. It's just making a bigger story of how the Cleveland Cavaliers, the 1 year they won was almost a fluke, and LeBron and Kyrie straight carried the team.
Yeah. All right. Well, one last question for you guys. Do the Suns make the playoffs? You have DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker. If Ayton comes out and plays like he did in college, I feel like this team can make the playoffs. The Western Conference is stacked. There's 9, 10 good teams. So being the 8th seed in the Western Conference playoffs is no knock. Even though you're going to get knocked out by the Warriors in the first round, it's no knock because that is a tough playoff to get into. So just give me your two opinions. What do you think?
I think the Suns are definitely going to improve. They have a great young core. I just think they're too young and too inexperienced, and then the Western Conference is too good. If they were in the East, I think it would be easy, maybe even a top 4 seed. But in the West, I think they're going to get like the 9 or 10th seed.
So what do you think, Jack?
I want this to happen so bad. I'm kind of doing like a Sixers thing because last year no one thought the Sixers were winning 50 games. I thought they'd make the playoffs, but I never would have thought this. But looking at the Suns team, they have Josh Jackson, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton. If Josh Jackson improves, which he will, and Devin Booker's already one of the best shooting guards in the league. DeAndre Ayton comes out of college, NBA ready, like our Karl Anthony Towns or Porzingis did coming from international. This team will be very good. And Josh Jackson can develop into a 3-and-D player. This team will be really scary to look out for in the future.
All right. That's all. So for Steven and Chuck, I'm Hunter Mullen. Good night.